Hey, girl, hey, listen. I know you have been away from social media for a minute, so I don't know if you know what happened. The other day, I don't know, early in the morning, I got an email from David telling me that there was a shooting in front of his house. No. Not like down the block, around the corner, directly out his window. Well, girl, you know I was clutching my pearls. Let me tell you what happened. Yes, David lives like 900 miles from here. But look, I am a concerned friend. I wanted to know every single thing. And if I had to know every single thing, I was going to come to you and tell you every single thing just between me and you. So look, it's like 1:30 in the morning, right? And it sounded like firecrackers or something like that. So, them small towns like where he lives, somebody called the cops and was like, hello, police. Somebody is firing off firecrackers, and nothing else was going on in town. So the cops were like, okay, so they came right on over and they investigated the situation, and they did not find firecrackers. They did not find a bunch of rotten kids, nothing like that. Do you know what they found? A dead body. A dead body, a whole entire corpse, dead like a carp on the floor, honey, right there in the middle of the street. I was dying when I heard all that. And they didn't see like a suspect or anything like that. All they found was like the little the bullet litter, whatever they call it, casings, cartridges, whatever it is. When you fire a bullet and the little pieces fall out, child, they was all over the ground. But here's the thing. The unaliver left a little trail of the little bullet crumbs or whatever as they ran off to their hiding spot. And everybody was like, oh my God. David sent me a picture. Honey, shot right out his window. Oh, I hope he's okay. I said, baby, I need you to stay safe. Close your windows. Stay in the house. But also keep one eye up. Keep the curtains back just a little bit so you can report to me every single thing that goes on. No, I don't live in your town. Honey, I don't even live in his state. But I still want to know what happened. And so first thing I did was I logged on to, online you could get the news or whatever on channel 15. I don't W something, one of them local news stations. The little News Twink Marcus, child, News Twink had all of the information. And I was perched, I was ready, I was listening to everything because apparently the July 4th parade was supposed to go right there down Main Street past David's house, but they couldn't because it was a dead body right in the middle of the road. And so the little News Twink was like, we are reporting live here from the scene. And I was like, oh my God, there is David's window right there. Is that David I see peeking out the window? Girl, get your peek on. Keep peeking because I want to know everything. So the little News Twink told us, okay, the parade people had consulted and they said, oh, they're just going to go around. They're going to do a nice little detour around the dead body so the police can keep doing their investigation. So I was like, okay, that sounds like a good plan. Does this mean David has to change where he's going to go see the parade? Was he going to stay there for the parade anyway? I am unsure. So anyway, the police put up like barriers or whatever so they could, do a chalk outline around the body or whatever they do. I don't know what they do around bodies because, I don't be trying to be next to dead bodies like that unless it's a funeral. If I know somebody who died, then of course, I'm going to go show my respects and see what everybody was wearing and stuff like that. See who signed the book. All the important parts. And then, of course, you got to get some of that good funeral food. Child, some of the best food in the world is at funerals. But anyway, so they shut down the streets. They shut down everything. So I said, David, boo, you going to do some investigation for us, right? Because we need to know the entire story. And David. David's one of my good gossips. Honey, she was just like, don't you worry about it, girl. I got you. So she was doing her investigation. And by investigation, I mean like gossiping with the neighbors and stuff. Here's the thing. There is a new Mexican restaurant coming to town. Oh, no. No more Taco Bell. No more Taco John's. There's like that one real authentic Mexican restaurant with the real authentic Mexicans making the food and over there in the back and stuff. Okay. So that restaurant has been there for years and years and years. There's a new Mexican restaurant coming to town. And so the word on the street is that there might be a battle between the old restaurant owners and the new restaurant owners over queso domination. Now, look, I would smack a bitch for some queso, but you can't be unfortunately unaliving people behind a queso recipe. Now, is this fight over a queso recipe? I don't know. And in my mind, anytime I find out two people got out guns and pew at each other, in my mind, they was lovers. That was just a lover's quarrel. But I just made that up in my head because that's what I want to believe. I want to believe that everybody is out here getting love. And so these two human beings were just getting love. Child, I don't care if it was somebody old or young, somebody black, somebody white, somebody whatever, same sex, opposite sex. It don't matter. To me, they were lovers. But that's just how I roll because, I have a fruitful imagination. So the next day, after they had detoured the parade, wait, Tori. I saw Tori over there on Channel 15. Tori was the guy who was in charge of the parade. Why did Tori show up on the news talking about, first of all, Tori did not need to be in a tank top. But okay, size inclusivity, because, I'm a big bone girl myself. So, Tori, sir, you were over there in a tank top. Okay, fine. Wear your tank top, wear whatever you want, but makes you happy. There was American flag. I think it might have took 2 American flags, but okay. An American flag tank top with like all hair coming out here, hair coming out the armpits, and American flag bucket hat, standing up on the news, talking to our favorite news twink, talking about unfortunate unalivings don't usually happen in town, but everybody in town still really wanted to get together and have the parade. And I was just sitting there like, girl, where is your wife, your husband, your partner? I know you are up here on the news talking to the local news twink with that outfit on, looking crazy. Oh, and to accentuate the ensemble, a stars and striped necklace. The unaliving was a crime. That outfit was another crime. Honey, it assaulted my eyes in the 2nd degree. But, I'm loving and kind and understanding. So I was going to let that part go. But I was like, I know you did not get up on here on the news in that outfit looking crazy. Talk about the parade. But the community continued to have the parade. They just routed it right around the dead body and they kept on going. In my mind, they just like high stepped over the dead body. But in real life, I think what they did was they just went down a different street and they went on and the community had their regular celebration. Well, then the next day, the cops came out with one of the press conferences and they set everything up. And the police chief, honey, he was big mad because they arrested a suspect. Child, it's a 22-year-old man who pew-pewed up a 42-year-old man over queso. Unclear. They both had Spanish surnames, but child, that don't mean nothing. My last name might be Rodriguez. That don't mean that. Okay, so anyway, but that lends credence to the idea that maybe this was a standoff over queso. Or maybe a hard taco recipe, a soft taco recipe, the contents of a quesadilla. It is unclear. Or maybe it was like related to money. Truthfully, if it was me, I might sooner pew you over some queso than I would over money. But that's just me because, I have fat thoughts. I told you I was big bone. So anyway, somebody has been arrested. We don't know all the reasons why the whole situation went down, but David is reportedly keeping an eye on it. And so over here, Confessions of a Nosy Neighbor. Now listen, I come to you with true crime over on my other true crime channel, Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. In here, I just tried to tell you what was happening in the local neighborhood. And did this happen in my local neighborhood? No, absolutely not. But can I be nosy across several state lines? Child, I could be nosy in other countries too. Let me find out something happened in a small village in England. Child, I will be leaning in. I will be Googling and hitting refresh, and I will get every single last detail. So look, if we find out why this one man unfortunately unalived this other man, and it was not because they were lovers, because they're like father-son age, although May December romances, child, you never know. Anyway, when the new Mexican restaurant opens, if the new Mexican restaurant opens, we're going to have to go down there and get some margaritas and talk about the murder. All right. But remember, you ain't heard none of this from me.